Tannenbaum right there.
Take it away.
Did you just see Tannenbaum?
This is that boy bad. Playoff edition, baby.
Okay.
In the first,
Tannenbaum was like,
I would say people on the list. It's the Texas defense. Look at Daniil Hunter beating that offensive tackle like he's a little kid. And lucky the Steelers were able to recover it. But look at this. Two guys. The guard gets bulldozed. But then look at the big guy. Sheldon Rankins go. Sheldon Rankins go. Big man balling. Shout out to my boy Marcus Spears. And then check this out. Kalen Bullock. This is a young man that's from USC. He is a ball hawk. The secondary is ferocious. Not only does he get the interception, he doesn't go down on the knee. They talked about this before it happened. He took it in the end zone. That Texas defense, y'all, them boys bad. Now, second on this list, Puka. Where's Waldo? He's lined up in the backfield, running the seam, catching a touchdown. Then Matthew Stafford says, I know he's big and strong. He's ferocious. Let me throw it to him. He's going to get in the end zone some kind of way. But every now and then, you need your big play receiver to save you from nonsense. This was a pivotal play in this ball game. Puka Nacua knocking this interception away. The Rams went down and scored a touchdown, ended up winning that ball game. Puka Nacua, fellas, that boy bad. And last but not least, they said sometimes you got to go to that booth. You got to put that Superman cape on. Josh Allen faking the screen, hitting Dalton Kincaid for a touchdown. Then Josh Allen says, you know what? Let's get a back view of it. Back shoulder, make sure my guy doesn't get hit. But then, y'all, this game's on the line. We're down 4 in the fourth. I need to make a big play. Scott-free defender. But then we're going to line up. We're going to run the ass push. Buffalo edition. Buffalo edition, baby. Josh Allen is the man. Josh Allen this weekend, he's going to have to be phenomenal. Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen, hold up, a.k.a. Superman, that boy bad.
Well done, as always, Josh Allen, whether he's running it in or is getting picked up by Osiris Torrance and carried into the end zone. They like one way or another. And he's going to need some help this weekend. Look, the Bills go into tomorrow's game against the Broncos banged up here, people. Take a look at all of the injuries. Gabe Davis tore his ACL in that game. Tyrell Shavers, it turns out, played much of that game with a torn ACL. So they literally have 3 healthy receivers on their active roster. They'll bring other people up, but the point remains that a team that was already banged up is even worse off, and you've got the quarterback dealing with a hand and a foot and a knee and all sorts of other things. So, I mean, I look at this thing, Bart, honestly, and I say to myself, and look, again, I have no horse in the race. I'd like to see Josh Allen get there because he's been a great player for so long. I find this an almost impossible spot for him going into Denver.
It is, and, you know, He's expected to carry the load. You talked about last week, what was his superpower? His superpower was the fact that they were 3 for 3 in the red zone. That's what's going to have to happen. But he's going to, if you watch that Houston game, if that's any indication of what we may see, it could be scary for him out there because you have Patrick Surtain. If Patrick Surtain takes away Secure, who was 12 targeted 12 times, 12 receptions, you take that away. I don't know where Josh Allen goes. Especially if they're able to stop the run, it's going to have to be chaos. It's going to have to be scrambling because the Denver Broncos blitz the 5th most in the NFL. Live by the blitz, die by the blitz. That's where the big explosive play is going to have to come. You're going to have to make sure you have your scramble offense ready. So if you got an opportunity to take a big shot, if you break contain, if somebody slips on one of those blitzes, you got to make your big plays that way. That's the only way I can see how Josh and the Buffalo Bills can come away victorious. Put the ball in the hands of Bo Nix. He's just good enough to lose it.
Well, that's really was where I was going to go next. Can the Bills win this game if the Broncos don't lose it? The Broncos have everything going for them. They had the bye. They're playing at home. The Bills are on a short week, back-to-back road games in 6 days. It feels like the Broncos will have to contribute something if Buffalo is going to win.
Yeah, I just wouldn't necessarily count on that because, look, I believe Sean Payton's one of the best big game coaches that there is. And he will have his finger on the pulse of what Bo Nix needs to do in order to not be the reason why they do lose the football game. I wouldn't count on that. If I'm Buffalo right now, I think this comes down to 2 things for them offensively in particular. And you're right, that Houston game was scary. There's no question about that. Buffalo has one of the best offensive lines in football in terms of capturing the line of scrimmage. That's why, that's why James Cook had the year that he had. That is what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to first down play calling, first down getting 4+, staying ahead of the sticks so second down can be a medium down, third down can be 4 or less. Because I tell you what, if it's 2nd and 9, if it's 3rd and 7, it's going to be a long day. They need to control the clock, control the line of scrimmage, lean on that offensive line, but first down play calling. Joe Brady, this is your time. This is your time to say, hey, look, I'm going to show you what I've got as far as being a rhythmic play caller to keep this defense off balance.
Everything on paper says Broncos. Home, healthy, long rest, Super Bowl winning coach who's not going to pee down his leg in a big moment. Like everything tells me. Number 17 might just be in one of those magical seasons. It's so hard to explain how and why, but I've got the Bills, and it's because I'm trusting Superman right now. Keep it close in the fourth quarter. He seems to find a way. It would take a miraculous effort out of him, and yet I can see a miraculous effort out of him getting it done.
For every miraculous effort that he's going to have to conjure up, those people are going to have to come along with him. People are going to have to make plays.
Right. You're right.
Tre'Davious White's going to have to show up like he did against Jacksonville.
Shaq
All right?
Thompson.
Somebody's going to have to make some plays because he can't do it, not against a team this good. He can't do it all on his own.
Quickly, let me get Harry in.
No, that's the thing about Buffalo. Like collectively as a team, who is going to be able to assist Josh Allen? Now, I love what Josh Allen did last week versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. He didn't force the issue. He became Superman when it asked of him in that ball game. So he had to methodically work the football down the field. And when the Jacksonville Jaguars make mistakes, that's why I think it's pivotal for Bo Nix not to make mistakes.
Right.
This defense is not good at Buffalo, but if they can capitalize off mistakes that Denver potentially may make, then it can be extra possessions for Josh Allen in that offense.
Final word, Bart.
Schematically, this is a mismatch that we haven't seen in a long time. James Cook was shut down last week. You steal the extra guy in the box, when you don't have receivers on the outside. And that's just regular. But they have an eraser. They have an island in Patrick Surtain who can erase a whole side. Shakir can be erased. So that gives you an extra man to spy on Josh Allen. So I don't see the run game being effective for Josh Allen or for James Cook, because I'm going to totally disrespect every one of your receivers, not because they're not good, because I have Patrick Surtain.
Well, James Cook in the pass game could be big in this game.
I would just say if it's a 3 or 4 point game in the fourth quarter, Denver did not do the job, because that is exactly what Buffalo wants.
But they've been there, too. Denver's been there all year.
Yeah.
They're not going to panic in the face of that. And if Josh Allen gets eliminated, we have to start asking other questions about that future, because this is your best opportunity. We don't want to hear no damn excuses. Ain't no Patrick
We'll find out.
Here.
We'll see. That's the early game tomorrow. I think overwhelming belief was he would have been the second pick. Instead, he'll go back to Oregon and be a junior there. He ranks in the top 5 in the FBS in both completion percentage and 20-yard completions this year. Moore, in his first season as a full-time starter, led Oregon to the CFP semifinal and then had just a miserable night last Friday. And, Greg, you were on the call for that game. So as you watch that and you hear this decision, what is your reaction to the decision by Dante Moore to turn down the overwhelmingly likely opportunity to be the second pick in the draft?
Well, Green, I think it's a very mature decision. I think, and it's weird that we're in this world right now, because the amount of guaranteed money that you'll receive in your first contract as a top 5 pick is remarkable, but the amount of guaranteed money you can make staying in college is remarkable as well. This decision was about the second contract in the NFL, because if you look at Dante Moore, and I've said this on the show for the last couple of weeks, and it's been somewhat unpopular, especially for us Jets fans, he isn't ready to be the guy just yet in the NFL. Like, what you're drafting when you draft Dante Moore at this point, had he come out in 2026, you're drafting tools. You're projecting. You're hoping that he, in time, 3-4 years from now, reaches his ceiling, but he wasn't ready from just seeing the defense standpoint, being accurate under duress, just all the different things that you have to do, all the little things that you have to do to be a high-level franchise quarterback. He's not there yet. And if you look at the guys that hadn't started 30 games in college before they make the transition, the success in the first 3-4 years of their career hasn't been great. But those that start 30 plus, they usually are a little more prepared to handle the ups and downs that come with being a young starting quarterback in the NFL. So I think this decision, well, I would have told him, you got to go, man. It's $40 million you're going to get by getting the second pick in the draft. You got to go. Time is now. I think this was very mature to pass off what could be really nice in the moment for long-term success when he heads into year 5, 6, 7 in the NFL.
Quickly, Lewis, you did their first playoff game.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is, and Greg hit it on the head. Look, I sat across the table from Dante, and he was the first to tell you, hey, look, I may not be ready. He already said when he announced his decision to go back to Oregon that he wasn't ready. He needed more time. There were more things he wanted to work on. He is playing the long game. He understands the risks of potentially having a bad season, maybe getting hurt. It's worth it to him. It's worth it to him because, number one, I'll tell you what, Greg goes around on college campuses just like me, just like Harry does every single season. Have you seen college campus parking lots for athletes lately? Have you seen the kind of cars that they're driving? These kids aren't hurting for money. They have plenty of money, okay? The whole game has changed. They're not just chasing the immediate gratification of getting the bag anymore. They're just not. You got to absolutely applaud Dante Moore for having the kind of emotional intelligence to go, hey, you know what? I'm not ready for this yet. I need another year. Because next year, Look, his football team's going to be favored maybe to win the national championship next year with all the people they have coming back. He's going to be just fine.
Quickly, I'm up against the clock, but for those asking, was this about the Jets? This was not about the Jets.
No.
I'm not suggesting going to the Jets sounds like the greatest thing in the world, but this was the right decision.